All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again, bringing you a brand new video. And in this video, we are going to talk about trading laptops, trading computers. What are the specs that I recommend that every trader has when it comes to the specs of a laptop or a computer? I have a $600 laptop right here that I've been using for the last 5 years, and I just upgraded about 2 months ago to about a $1,200 laptop. Now, they all have different specs. We're gonna break it down of what are the bare minimum things that I recommend and what I just recommend for really good performance overall, and is it necessary to drop $5,000, $10,000 into a trading setup, which you see on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. I'm a traveling trader. I can't carry a massive computer block and 5 screens with me, right? I literally live out of a backpack and I pop these laptops into my backpack, right? Now, I only use one. I just have 2 because I haven't thrown the other one out yet. We can talk about that, how to dispose of a proper laptop or a computer and not just give it away to somebody or don't resell it. You should never resell your computer. We will get to all that at the end of the video in some extra tips. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first thing that we need to talk about is the CPU, all right, which makes a huge influence overall in the performance of the computer or laptop that you are going for. Now, the bare minimum that I recommend is having an i5 processor on your computer. It's an Intel i5 chip that will basically cover you for everything that you really need to do. Open up programs, doing regular stuff, streaming videos, creating small content. i5 can handle that, right? This is what I have on this computer. I've been using it for the last 5 years. This time, now I did upgrade to the i7 on this new computer because, well, I am doing YouTube. I am making small little graphics. I do have more programs typically open than the average person. So, and I do spend a lot of time on the computer. So I want to make sure I have a good computer, and that's for everybody. If you're going to spend a lot of time on your computer or laptop or whatever, you want to make sure that you have a good device. You don't want to be frustrated working on a $200 or $300, $400 laptop or computer. It's right. You're making an investment in your future, and these things are going to last 4, 5, 6 years. All right. So for an extra couple $100, you know, I always recommend get the bare minimum, get the i5 processor. I used it on this one for a $600 laptop for about 5 years. All right. Awesome. Recommend it. Now on this one, like I said, I have an i7, but they go all the way up to i10, i9, i11, i11 Special XE or something like that. Then they also have i3, which is like the worst. So I don't recommend the i3. Go with the bare minimum i5. If you want that upgraded one, you've got extra work as a side job, then, you know, possibly jump over to the i7. It's just going to be more money, okay? Now, the second thing that we need to talk about is the RAM. How much RAM do I recommend? Now, I recommend having at least 8 plus, all right? This RAM is going to help you with how much programs you have on your computer, flipping through the programs, loading, and all that type of stuff. Like I said before, you're spending a lot of time on your computer or your laptop, so you want to make sure that you have a proper RAM system on your computer, okay? For this one over here, I have 12. I have 12 gigabytes of RAM, and then on this one, I have 16. Once again, like I said, I use it for more work and doing YouTube and, you know, graphics or whatever I have to do, rendering, processing videos. So it's more work than the typical person, but overall, make sure that you have at least over 8, right? This is very important because if you're trading, you have live charts going on, data feeds coming in. So you want to make sure that your computer is processing this and not at an extra second or 2 delay than the average retail trader. You're at a disadvantage then. So you want to make sure that you have a proper computer, okay? At least 8, I recommend. Up to 16. If you want to go balls to the wall, which is just not necessary, then you can go for 16 or plus. But 8 to 12 is what I recommend for everybody. So the third thing I recommend, which not all laptops under $800, $1,000 will have, it will have its own SSD card. That's what I recommend. Most will give you that are $1,000 or less or $800 or less. They'll have just a regular hard drive. But the step up, it goes up to an SSD, which you can put it in, put it out. You can exchange them, but it's overall going to help with the performance of your computer, your laptop, of opening up games, opening up programs, images, and just the overall performance of your computer. Like I said, it's nice to have an SSD, but it's not needed. On this one, I don't have it. I think I just have like a regular hard drive or something like that. Has been excellent for me. All right, quick interruption in this video. I'm currently just editing the video that you are watching right now. But I did forget to add something to this, and that is to make sure that you do read the reviews online. If you're buying it from Amazon or from HP computers or Apple online or Windows or whatever, make sure you check out the reviews, read the good ones, read the bad ones, spend 30 minutes. Make sure that it is at least a 4-star computer laptop. All right, you don't want to be buying something that's a 3-star or 2-star, okay? 4-star minimum, always go 4 or 5-star, and make sure you read the reviews. All right, back to the video. So now let's get into the extra tab. These are just extra little tips that I recommend overall, and we'll kind of summarize everything about your investing in your future and getting a proper laptop, and is it really necessary? Because a laptop only has one screen. And actually, we can get into this first. I've noticed, because I've only ever really used one computer, is ever since I got the second one, I haven't thrown out the original one yet. So what I've been doing is I've been doing all my work on this computer, but then I keep this one open, but I have all my charts laid out where it's live on my watch list. So instead of me constantly scrolling through the computer, looking at YouTube, reading, keeping updated on the charts, writing an email or whatever, all in one. But I must say it is definitely nice just to have the charts on one so I don't miss setups, and then do my work on the other, so I can just, peek my head over at the other computer to say, hey, there's a setup, or hey, this is moving, because I can see them live on the charts. I can see if something's going crazy. I'll be like, ooh, what's that? I don't have to constantly be changing charts, and I might potentially miss something. So it is definitely a luxury to have that. Now, something that you can do is probably what I will do in the future is I will invest into a little side screen for laptops. They're about $150, $200, and it's just a secondary screen that comes out to the side of it. I guess you guys can't really see, but it'll be about the same size. You can get them in different sizes, and it's basically like you're having 2 laptops, 2 screens next to you, right? So I could keep one side on the charts and then one side for my everyday use if I'm doing something on social media, or if I'm rendering a video or scanning the charts on something. That's probably what I'll do. So if that's something that you do like, then that will be something that you probably want to pick up. That's something that I'll probably pick up within the coming months or next year or something like that in the future. It is definitely nice to have that luxury. Now, some people might be wondering, what type of graphics card do you need? To be honest, you don't really need a graphics card. This one doesn't even have a specialized graphics card or anything. Like I said, this is a $650 computer when I got it 5 years ago. Was amazing, love it. Now, this one does have a graphics card. It has a Intel IRIS-Xe. So it's a pretty good graphics card, but I don't plan on doing any gaming, but it does help when I'm doing work for social media or rendering a video or just anything around graphics or constantly changing screens or stuff like that, processing images, all that type of fun stuff. So it definitely does help a little bit, but it has nothing to do with trading, or it's going to make your computer better overall when you're looking at the charts. It's not. We're looking at 4 or 5 colors every day on the charts anyways. It's like black, it's white, and you got red and green candlesticks. It's just going up and down. So it's not like you're playing Call of Duty where you're running at 60 frames per second and you got a million different colors in front of you with color grade and you're constantly shooting. So there's no need for that. Now, if you're going to be gaming, hardcore gaming, then yeah, you probably want to invest in like a proper gaming setup, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not playing Call of Duty on my laptop, okay? An extra little thing that you should consider is also battery life. How long should the battery life take? It's nice to have something where you can plug out, go to somewhere, work on it at a cafe if you do like that stuff. I'm not a cafe worker. I prefer just chilling at home. But it is nice to have something if I want to unplug it, go chill on the couch, and I don't have to worry about it for at least 4 or 5 hours, all right? So personally for this one, because it is older, I only get like 45 minutes before it dies on me. But then on this one, I get, depending on what I'm doing, I get about, like 4 or 5, I get about 5, 6 hours of solid doing whatever I want. But if I just have it chilling there, not maneuvering around, it's not really taking up any battery space, then this could go like probably 24 hours just sitting here like that, because it's just looking at one screen. But overall, the battery life, it's just an extra thing. Every computer, every laptop's going to have a decent battery life. So I'm not one of those people that constantly unplug them and go out. But if you are one of those people, then you probably want to make sure that you do have a proper battery. Another thing that I was new to is touch screens, because I don't really use it that often, but it is handy once a month when I go chill on the couch or something like that. I can just scroll down on the charts like this. I can just touch certain things. It will load and I can upload or go to Google, I can do email or whatever. I can just quickly touch stuff and just exit out of programs with my fingers. If I'm reading an article, I can just, change stuff like that. So it's not necessary. Most do have it. It's like a 50-50 thing when it comes to laptops. It's not necessary, but it is an extra little cool feature if you do have it, but I don't really use it too often. Now, the last thing I did want to talk about is the operating system. I've tried a laptop before. I was planning on returning it anyways in 30 days, but I picked up a Chromebook or something like that. I've had problems with that stuff because when it comes to downloading certain applications, it's like, oh, you can't download this application on this Chromebook. You have to allow it for security reasons or something like that. I'm like, dude, what the heck is this? And then everything looks different. The tabs are different. I'm like, just get me away from this Chrome stuff. I know Windows, I'm a Windows user. It's a good system. So I personally just recommend, the Windows system. But I would personally stay away from like the Chromebook because I don't know, I've had problems with them when it comes to downloading certain things. They're like, you can't download this with Google Chrome, and then you gotta have special, if you have a Chromebook or anything like that, things that you are downloading don't have that to offer for that Chromebook or that system that you are running because it's a completely different system. So then you're forced to download like an outdated version or a poor version, which it lags and then it has lots of bugs. So personally, I would recommend not going with the Chromebook style. I would just recommend like Windows. If it is, like 90% of them do offer Windows. So that's just an extra little tip. So that sums it up, guys. Nothing wrong with the $600 laptop. You got the 8 gigabytes of RAM. Actually, this one has 12 gig, but I recommend minimum 8. I got an i5 processor, just a regular hard drive. And then this one's like an upgraded everything. So yeah, you are going to pay a little bit more, right? Oh yeah, quick tip before I end this. When it comes to getting rid of your laptop or computer, don't give it to a friend or don't go to a pawn shop and sell it, or don't sell it on eBay. It doesn't matter if you deleted everything, wiped the whole computer, I don't care. It's quite possible that still some stuff is retraceable after, I don't know, like 6 months, maybe it fully deletes, but it is still on the hard drive. All right, guys, there's lots of stories of this. If you really want to properly dispose of it, which I recommend, just build a little fire, throw your computer in there. Okay, guys? It's that simple. Make sure you clean up after the fire, or if you don't want to do that, destroy as much as you can of it. Leave it in like bleach or whatever chemicals, crazy chemicals you can pick up. But then if you do have a hard drive, pull that thing out, because the hard drive still can be recovered. All right, there's people showing you how to actually recover a smashed laptop or a laptop that's been sitting at the bottom of the ocean for 5 years. It can still be recovered. So that's why I say throwing it into a fire is probably the number one thing that you can do. But if you don't want to do that, make sure you take out that hard drive, grab a drill and just start drilling holes into that thing, because it's a little disk in there that does keep track of all the memory. So I recommend drilling some holes into that. But that basically sums it up, guys. If you guys want more information, feel free to hit me in the comments below. That will solve all your issues, because this was something that I was looking at for hours on hours and hours. So it was just nice to have a trading video out there talking about trading setups and what I recommend when it comes to a proper laptop. All right, you're investing in your future, so it's important to have a decently proper one that you can execute all your things. All right, so you guys like this video, I appreciate it if you guys hit that like button. If you guys want to reach out to me on social media at Moneyball Austin, and I'll see you guys in the next one, baby. Have a good one. Cheers.